Hi guys, Carlene here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, make sure to subscribe on your way out. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so very much for coming back and checking in on your girl. So, before I dive into this video, because I like some of these people on social media, they press harder than a hot subs panini, and I was just be like, whatever. Somehow you need to unclench. But I did go on Instagram the other day and I did ask you guys if you wanted to see or at least hear my story time on me and my experiences, good, bad and ugly, as a Trinidad influencer, and a lot of you said yes. So I'm like, you know what, we're going to get into it. So grab your snack and your drink and let's dive in. I started this channel, started uploading videos to this channel 5 years ago. 5 years this May. You know, I've learned quite a lot putting myself out there on social media, and I hope that, you know, this video probably gives you better insight to me as a person, as an influencer, and for those who are looking to dive in, you know, probably not repeat some of the mistakes I would have made. Probably, you know, you're able to learn some of the lessons I learned without having to go through some of the experiences. So when I started, I would have been encouraged by friends, both in the makeup group that I created, along with friends outside, you know, because, you know, when they ask me, you know, for my opinion on something, you know, I'm able to give them, you know, quite an in-depth, detailed description, you know. And you know, people said that, you know, we need a little more representation in terms of you know, beauty in the Caribbean, more specifically in Trinidad. You know, because like you would see all these American influencers, you know, buy stuff and it work for them, and when you buy it you're like, but it's not working here, you know. This melting off my face and whatnot. So it started off with that. What I have learned in the 5 years, at least doing YouTube videos, I have surprised myself pleasantly, because when I started, I didn't know how to film, I didn't know how to upload, I didn't know how to edit, and I feel pretty proud of myself for being able to teach myself skills that I never had, and more joy from that process than the actual filming the subject, which is funny because I love makeup, I love beauty, but it has opened up that love for filming and editing, you know. Not saying that I'm the best, but I have definitely surprised myself. And of course, you know, back when I did it in 2016, it didn't have that many, at least, people in my category who were doing YouTube, you know. It had a lot of hair influencers, and then I want to call them cultural ambassadors, where they're showcasing Trini lifestyle and Trini culture. Of course, that has since changed, and we have a huge explosion of YouTubers, Instagrammers, TikTokers, bloggers from Trinidad and Tobago, and it's really nice to see that, because then you have more representation. It have more people in your backyard that you could relate to, when it comes to certain issues that are specific to Trinidad and Tobago, and it's really nice, you know. But of course, you know, social media, like I said, is a double-edged sword. It it could be a great source of pleasure, pride, and it could be a great source of depression. And there have been times where having put myself out on, you know, the public platform, that it has caused me some displeasure, depression, and I just like, it's really hard to deal with those things on a very public platform. You know, I know there's some YouTubers who would share, you know, like if they've gone through a breakup, if they're feeling depressed and whatnot. I, for the most part, try to, I'm not always happy-go-lucky, I'm not that type of YouTuber, but I'm very private when it comes to issues I'm dealing with. I think only recently I opened up about something, but it's more so something that affects me as a woman. That was the murder of Andrea Barrett, but I'm talking about issues specific to me. Like, I kind of keep that to myself. I I have had very interesting experiences being an influencer that have had me question whether I want to continue this, because, you know, there is a level of fakeness that I have experienced, you know, and I'm the type of person, you can ask any of my friends, and I have friends from way back, you know. I'm the type of friend, I treat people how I want to be treated, and with social media you are in contact with a lot of people, and a lot of people try to befriend you, and I wouldn't like to tell you, there was a bit of naivety on my end in terms of thinking all skin teeth is green teeth, but as my auntie would say, all skin teeth is not green teeth, you know. You know, not because everybody is nice with you means they're your friends. And I've had instances where people who I would have titled a friend, who I'd have met on social media, would have disappointed me tremendously, to the point where I had to like cut off ties with the person. And you know, I wouldn't necessarily say I have become jaded, you know, because I have been in contact with a lot of people, a lot of awesome people, but at the same token, like, I am more guarded now, 5 years in, than I was when I started, you know, because at the point in time I didn't think I had much to offer. You know, when I started off, I was a virtual unknown. I couldn't do makeup. I still can't do makeup. You know, for a lot of people, I still can't do makeup. You know, I'm not a professional makeup artist or stylist or anything like that. So it's like, who is you? You know, and I didn't think I had much to offer. So like, when I had all these well-known makeup artists befriending me, I was like, wow, like, you know. And I guess to try and compensate somewhat for the friendship, like, I would do things, go out of my way, you know. And I realized, like, some of them would just take advantage of it and take advantage of me. And you know, Jackie Aina did a very good video earlier this week talking about how to spot a frenemy, and social media is full of them. There are people who would befriend you because they want to see what it is they can get from you, especially if you have something to offer, you know. And at the point in time, I didn't think I have anything to offer, but now in hindsight I realize I do, and because of that I am guarded with, you know, really befriending people, you know. And they're also frenemies too because they want to get close to you, you know, so they know all your business and then, you know, kind of undermine you kind of thing. And I've had instances like that, you know. What I've realized, like looking back on all the social media fake friends and frenemies that I've had because of social media, is that God really like reveals to you at the right point in time that, you know what, these people really not for you, and He will remove them from your life. Sometimes it's painful, it's hurtful, because if you are the type of person who, again, kind of hold the standards that you have onto others, and you expect them to treat you the same way you treat them, it will hurt. And I've had instances like that where I thought that person was my friend. Like I was telling them my business, and Lord knows they must have spread it all over the town. And at some point they betrayed that trust. But you know what, in circumstances like that, just surround yourself with your real friends, the ones who was there when all the wildness was going on, when you were at your lowest, when you were doing BS to them and they were still there to back you up. I feel as if you only surround yourself with the social media friends. You know, it could be harder to get over situations like that, because I'm not saying that this is like the norm, but social media does not fully facilitate a full healthy relationship between people. There have been instances, and I've been lucky enough, where my relationship with some people who I've met on social media and befriended became real life friends, you know, but that's like less than more, you know. At least for me. I can't say that is the case for everybody. Some people are lucky and they just, you know, they hit it off with everybody and they are like friends for life. But I haven't been that lucky. Like, I've had a few, but my ride or dies were people who were with me before I did YouTube, before I knew how to put on lashes, before anything, you know, and they're still my friends. They're the ones I run and confide in, and you know, whatnot. And you know, anyways, what I've also experienced to being a Trini influencer is that brands are starting to recognize us, which is a good thing. There's still some brands that still need to treat us fairly and actually start paying us for work done, as opposed to just giving free stuff. That's not everybody. So if you're a brand watching this and it don't fall in your garden, you don't have to reap it. But I'm saying, you know, you don't have to run outside and get the promotion from the North American influencers, you know. I mean, yes, they have bigger followings and whatnot, but supporting local doesn't also mean us influencers and customers supporting your business. It has to be reciprocated. You'll have to support us too. And it's when you support each other is when we start to grow and we start to get somewhere. And I would say that probably 5 years ago it wasn't as big as it is now, you know. But it can get better. There's always room for improvement, but I am grateful for every business who's worked with me, sent me products, because I'm like, I don't think that, you know, I have to get it. I'm entitled, because there are some influencers who feel that they are entitled to getting PR because of who they are and what they know. No. I don't behave like that. I always thank them for considering me. If it's something that does not fit within my brand, I don't accept it. And I could tell you, for every 3, you know, PRs that you see me, you know, showcase, there's probably equally 3 that I don't, because it's just, it doesn't fit my brand, it doesn't fit my principle, it's not something that I think is worth sharing with my audience, and that's something I always hold myself accountable to my audience, because I'm mindful that at the end of the day, people trust my opinion when it comes to recommendations, and I don't want people wasting their money. I did go on Instagram and I did ask people if there's anything you want me to answer. So how do you do PR for brands? Do they contact you or vice versa? For me, most of the times they contact me, and it's usually because they would have seen me use the product and give a positive testimonial on it. I don't give positive testimonials with the view of getting PR, you know, because if that was the case, I'll be getting tons of PR, and I don't, you know. But they usually see me use stuff. They say, hey, we see you use this, you know, X, Y, and Z, you know, we would like to send you something, and I'll be like, sure, no problem, you know. And I let them know that because they're sending me PR doesn't mean that I'm obligated to give you a positive review, you know. And I've had cases where I've gotten PR and it was like a mixed bag, and I am honest with you guys that, you know, this one was good but this product wasn't, you know, because again, I am accountable to my audience, you know. But that being said, if something works for me and doesn't work for you, you know, that is just hot chemistry. I have nothing to do with that. You know, someone asks, how is it going? Is it hard to put out content often? I said, it's harder now to put out content. It was easier for me about somewhere around the 3-year mark. Like the first I would say 6 months was hard for me, even though I tried, and that's because I did not know exactly what I was doing at all. If you see me squint, it's because my cat is just there. Yeah, he's very needy today. But once I got the hang of editing and filming, you know, it became easier. But putting out content now is very hard for me because I would have indicated in, I don't know how recently, that I am working from home. My kids are doing school from home, so it's really hard for me to put out content, but I try as much as I can, you know, when I can, you know, and I try to put out content that you guys would like, you know. But it is harder now. Someone asks, is it hard to find genuine friendship with other local influencers? That's a hard one, boy. Based on my experience, I would say yes, but I would also say it's not impossible, because I have forged real friendships with people through social media, to the point where it's not like, oh, my friend on Facebook. You know, we have our friends on Facebook and our Instagram friends. No, like, this is someone who knows my business kind of situation, and I trust them, you know. So it's not impossible. It is harder because you know, there is a lot of fakeness on social media, but you know, it's not impossible. You can find somebody. Have a business ever approached you with a deal you don't like? Yes, I got approached with one recently from a local brand, and up to now it is still sitting down there in my inbox, unread, unanswered, and I'm just like, no, not today, not today. How do you address shady comments? Delete it, you know. Just delete, don't give it oxygen. Have you ever thought of changing the direction of your channel? This is a good one. This is a good one. I have, especially now because it's like we're not wearing that much makeup. So I have been dabbling a little bit with self-care videos, and I want to do more of those, but I still want to keep it within the beauty realm. You know, it may not be traditional beauty in terms of makeup and skincare and whatnot, but it will be things to beautify yourself, beautify your soul, beautify, you know, your outlook. But I have thought of it, but not to the point where, you know, I start doing crazy challenges. No, not like that. Someone asked, well, actually two people. One asked what advice you would give to someone now starting and how to start and tips. So, okay, let me kind of merge those two because one is a technical aspect and one is a advice aspect. Now, technical aspect, you just need some kind of smart device with a camera on it. So whether it be your smartphone, your tablet, or actual camera, you know, you definitely need a light source. Now I am filming at night, so I have a lovely ring light there. If you want, I can leave the link for the ring light below because I purchased it locally, and I only bought a ring light like last year. Imagine. Before that, I was not filming at night. I was filming in front of a big wide window. During the day, bright light is the best light. You know, you want to have a good light source. And I would say, in terms of your content, sit down and kind of have a general outline for the content you're looking to produce. It doesn't have to be anything detailed, like, you remember how they would prep us for like essay writing and they'll tell you to brainstorm? Use that same principle when you are, you know, filming a video. Brainstorm. Have your title, your general concept, what you want to talk about, you know, and cover that. In terms of the advice, just start. Just start. Because I will tell you that just before I published my first video, I was like, nobody wants to see me, nobody is going to watch me, nobody likes me enough to watch me. And I could tell you that is the worst thing you could do to yourself. Self-doubt is the #1 killer of dreams, aspirations, and ambitions. And I'm telling you, it is the worst thing to do yourself. Like for me, I would rather try that particular thing and fail miserably at it than to prematurely prevent myself from seeing my own potential. Now granted, I only have a little over 5,000. It's not much, it's nothing to shout home about, but I am grateful, honored, and humbled that 5,000 plus you guys saw something in what I had to offer, and something that you saw worthy that you would subscribe. And I feel even flattered and humbled when you take time to watch my videos, to share my videos, to comment, to like my videos. Like seriously, you guys don't know how much of a confident booster you guys give me when you say, hey, you know, I really enjoyed that video. You said some things there that really struck home, and I'm going through this, and you know, it just spoke to me, and I feel like if I was talking to my girlfriend, you know, because as much as some of you guys say that some of my videos is therapy for y'all, just interacting with you guys and filming and going through this whole process is therapy for me, because I have a very stressful job. I have a very stressful life. Yeah, so for me, YouTube allows me to be that creative that I don't get to be on an everyday, day-to-day because of the job that I do, because of the lifestyle that I have. I get that creative side satisfied, and I also get the satisfaction of connecting with people, especially more so now than ever. I am grateful for all that being on YouTube has brought for me, good and bad, because I always believe good experiences and bad experiences form you into the person you are today, you know, and you can choose to let situations and people get the better of you, or you can choose to learn and grow from things. So yeah, that's not all the questions I got, but I think I could always reserve the other questions for another story time rant advice. You know, being on social media, so like if you want advice on when is like, you know, optimum times to film, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so very much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment in the comments section below, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.